Yo, what up guys, it's me, Loop12 here, and today I'm going to show you guys how to port an existing Ethereum application to the Polyjuice. In this tutorial, we're basically going to learn how to port an existing Ethereum application to run on the Nervos EVM compatible with the layer 2. You guys can make this run on your local host, but I'm going to be doing this with the rinky-dink test network for the Ethereum application, since we're just going to go with an easier route. Basically, what we're going to be doing is using Metamask as a primary method, where we'll be able to create a way to turn a confirmation dialog to display the transaction instead of the hex value when you send crypto around the blockchain. But first, we're going to need to connect it to the godwoken testnet. In order for us to do that, we want to download Metamask if you guys haven't already, and you guys want to set up your godwoken testnet. I already have it here, but how you want to do is go to the custom RPC, and then from there you want to add in the network. So basically, for the network name, we can just leave it as that. You guys want to make sure you're using the secured HTTPC. I'll have the document in the description where you guys can just read over, as well as a link to Nervos so you guys can learn a little bit more. And then from there, let us just quickly demo our application so I can tell you guys what we're up to. And if you guys want to follow along, like I said, I'll have a description and I'll have a link in the description. All you guys want to do is download my ghetto package off GitHub. It is ghetto, guys. I'm very sorry, but I hope you guys understand. I'm a newbie, and if you guys want, please teach me. I would love to learn. Anyways, so let's connect to our local host. And as you guys can see, everything is running smoothly. We are able to get our Ethereum address, and as well as we are connected to our rinky-dink, and we have our Ethereum right in here. And all we need to do from there is, I already have a contract, so I'm going to see if it'll work. So we're going to be using an existing contract, as well as let us post a zombie onto this contract. And guys, feel free if you guys want. I would really appreciate it. Oh, never mind, let's not even do that. You guys can see that I've already posted a zombie onto this contract. If you guys want, guys, go ahead and let's make a whole zombie apocalypse. If you guys would like, it would be really awesome if I can just see that. But basically, you guys can see that our application is running and everything is going smoothly. And let us just quickly, for a quick moment, let us just see what would happen. Let us just enter in a random image, and let's just go and create our zombie. As you guys can see, we are getting our Metamask confirmation, and now let us wait for this transaction to proceed. And hopefully, boom, as you guys can see, our zombie has been successfully created, and within a few seconds, around either, yep, you guys can see, with a broken image, it's not gonna really work. So guys, just be careful, because now I can't delete that. But anyways, let's move along with this tutorial. Now, to begin, to begin porting on the Nervos Layer 2 network, we're going to need to download two dependencies. In this case, we're going to have to download the Polyjuice provider, as well as the godwoken integration. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn off our UI and just download the dependencies. The Polyjuice provider is a custom Polyjuice Web3 provider, and it is required for the interaction with the Nervos Layer 2 smart contracts, which we haven't created, guys. Remember, this is not a Nervos 2 layer smart contract. This is just a basic contract. In order for us to really set up this contract, we're going to have to change our network to the godwoken network, which in a sec we'll get to. And our Nervos godwoken integration is a tool that can generate the Polyjuice address based on your Ethereum address, which is required to use the Polyjuice address if you're going to store values and map it to addresses in your contract. And while those two are loading, I'll be back once it's finished. Alright guys, so as you guys can see now that is all installed, we just want to open up our code editor and let's start setting up our networks. So the first thing that we want to do is create a config file, and instead of using the local host, we want to connect. We're going to change it to the Polyjuice Web3 provider. And in order for us to do that, inside of our source file, which is right here, we want to create a new file, and let's just call it config, and since we're using TypeScript, config ts. Boom. Now we have our file. You'll notice that we have a rollup type hash, as well as the ETH account lock code, which these are values that are constants needed for the godwoken testnet. Now, to take care of this config file, we want to open up our app, and within our app, we're going to be importing the following dependencies. Now, let me just make this a little bit short for you guys. So we are going to be importing the Polyjuice HTTP provider, as well as the config file. And from there, all we want to do then is just be able to set up our W3 instance so we can run our pretty much godwoken RPC. So for that, right here in this function right here, where we create our instance of the Web3, we're gonna basically change this to the Polyjuice Web3 provider instead. After that, we just want to save, and we want to then be able to set up a gas limit, because the godwoken requires the gas limit to be set when sending transactions. That's why at the moment you guys saw how we were able to change up our gas whenever we would set up, or whenever we would run a function that would require us to use our Metamask. And boom, all you need to do is just go to the zombie wrapper and just set up a simple object that would have the gas already set up. Now from there, we want to be able to go inside our random zombie function and just make it so this will receive the gas value when we are going to be sending a transaction, as well as we're also going to need to do a little bit with our deploy function as well. In this case, we want to be able to basically create a deploy transaction, because we will also want to be grabbing the transaction hash from this. And let me just create a quick little version of this, where instead of the contract, we're going to be getting the deploy tags, as well as within our send function, we are basically going to add in these values. So you guys can see we're getting in the gas as well as the default Metamask address. Now from there, all you want to do is just control save, and that's basically it. A little bit of configuration, and we're able to create the contract as well. Now all we need to do is go back to our app file and set up our deploy Func contract as well. So inside of our app, let me just check out this deploy contract, and within the deploy contract, we want to be able to get our transaction hash pretty much. So once again, this is, I know it's a little bit of a copy and pasta type of code, but I'm gonna try and explain it the best I can. Basically, we're gonna be having a value, or we're gonna have a variable that will eventually we'll be able to grab the transaction hash and set it. And in order for us to do that, let us just create these variables up above, and in this case we're going to be having them be our use case, or we're going to creating a use state for them, since we want to be able to grab that value. And let me just go like that. And we also want to be able to then render it to the user. So within our render method, we want to just right over here, let us just copy that. Oops. And then inside our deploy contract, we can just type in deploy contract hash. So then we can see that we'll get the hash as well. Now, not only that, but we also want to be able to display the Polyjuice address in our application. Every Ethereum address can be translated into a Polyjuice address on the Nervos layer 2, which is pretty much required to be able to really do things on the layer 2. Luckily, we already have an account that was from layer 1, and we're going to make it into layer 2, which will be nice. So in order for us to work with that, we want to implement another dependency that we've installed, which is the app translator that we get from the Nervos godwoken integration. Now from there, all we then just really need to do is just create a way for us to be able to transfer that Polyjuice, or pretty much translate the Ethereum address into a Polyjuice address. And we're gonna create a use effect right under here, and again we just need to create a variable for the Polyjuice, and basically after that, our app shall connect. We will be able to translate our address and we'll be able to see it. So let me just set up a way where we can see it. I don't know why this is giving me such a hard time. And let me just do it down over here. So Polyjuice, bada bing, bada boom. And after that, we are basically all done. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. And let us just do let me just do something really quick. So when we want, the reason why we are getting this little arguments, because we need to set it up within our use state. So wherever we created that variable right over here, instead of just a typical use state, we want to be able to identify it pretty much. And after that, we shall pretty much just be set. Alright guys, I'm sorry, I feel like I was just going way too quickly. But guys, be sure to, I forgot to also let you guys know that we need to return the transaction hash. That's why here we're not really getting it, because we never really returned it. So like I said, the code will be in the description. Just check it out. After that, now we'll be able to pretty much build it, and hopefully I'll be able to see you guys in a sec. Alright, now as you guys can see, once that has been set up, we get a nice done, everything's compiled. I'm just gonna make sure that we are gonna connect ourselves to the godwoken testnet. So let us just go like that. Alright, now since that is all loaded up, let's just connect to our local host one more time. And as you guys can see, we have our Ethereum address, we have the Polyjuice address. We are pretty much connected. Now let's see what would happen if we were to use an existing contract address. I doubt, I think there is a image in here that is already set up, but no, when in doubt, we are going to, oh, you guys can see we got our zombie James Bond here. What we're gonna do is just add in another zombie. Let's call this Killer Claws. And when we create a zombie, you guys will notice that within our Metamask, we'll be pretty much signing it with a hash instead. And from there, boom, 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 we have successfully created a zombie on the Polyjuice network. On the godwoken testnet. We are amazing, and look, our zombie is right there. So yeah guys, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys want more videos about the Nervos network and how to use it between the Ethereum and its own contract, please let me know. I'm trying to create more videos like these and tutorials, and I would also love to learn. If you guys are trying to learn, please let me know. We can be friends. I'll have everything in the description. Check it out. Hope you guys have a good day. Thank you.